Hi guys, and welcome to Rinschef in Rin's kitchen. Today I'm making something simple but interesting and tasty. Omena in coconut sauce. Yes, so that you guys can know how to spice up your omena. I know you remember the previous video I shared where I prepared omena. That omena is tasty enough. But if you want to get a twist or a different taste, then today I'm going to show you how to do it. Karibuni. First of all, I'm going to add my garlic. Garlic has a way of giving fish or fish products, for lack of a better word, a different taste. You get that taste when someone would say samaki iko na harufu, the smell that most people do not like about fish. When you add garlic, it what can I say? It neutralizes that smell a bit, so that's why I love using my garlic in my omena. I don't want to grate it or have paste. I don't want to grate it or have a paste. I just want to slice it into not too small but quite small pieces, that when someone is having the omena they can taste the garlic itself. So this is the size that I'm slicing. And next I'm going to prepare my onions, because this time round I want to cook the onions together with the garlic. Don't want to put them separately. Why? Because garlic cooks faster, so I want them to how best can I put this? I want the onion to cook a little, but the garlic to cook enough. So the only way I can achieve that, because I don't want it to be brown, is by putting them together. And I still want to have the taste of both onions. Remember, in my previous video we said to get a good taste out of omena, all you need to do is to make sure you have put enough onions, a lot of onions. The more the onions, the better. I want my onions not to be so small, so tiny, almost the same size as the garlic. But now you know to achieve that size or look is almost impossible, because there are two different types of onions, but just try. But we are cooking the onions together with the garlic, so I'm just putting them in the pan. Both the onions and the garlic. So then we're going to put it on fire and cook. When you're making omena, you do not need to overcook the onions. They don't need to brown. Actually, let me not say the onions, the vegetables. So the onions at this point are already done. What we need to do is now add our tomatoes. Let me just slice my tomatoes so that I can use them in my sauce. Notice how I'm slicing my tomatoes. And then you let them cook a minute or two before we can add our magic sauce. So next we are going to add our magic sauce. Remember the magic sauce? We have a video whereby we're preparing this sauce, homemade tomato sauce. It can be used to cook a lot of food. This is one of them. So I'm just going to add a sizable amount. I think that amount is enough for me. You add your sauce once your tomatoes are done. But if you don't want to use tomatoes, you add your sauce once your onions are done. Point to note, if you're making omena that you intend to have for a couple of days, then you should be very careful on the amount of tomatoes you use. The less, the better. You can just use your onions and these other vegetables, these dry vegetables like capsicum, dania, mint, and the likes. But if you want to have your meal as one, you're just preparing your meal so that you can have the whole of it, then you can go ahead and add as much tomatoes as you like, because tomatoes again add to the flavor of omena. And like I said, you're going to have a complete meal in one, because you're going to have your ugali, your omena in vegetables and coconut sauce. So it's going to be complete because it's already a balanced diet. You have your carbohydrates, you have your proteins, and you have your vitamins. We've already prepared our coconut. Tumeshaikuna. You can watch my video. I'll put the link below this video on how to get your coconut to this. So next we're going to add water. And then we squeeze so that utoe hiyo tui, maji ya coconut, that which you need to use to cook. So when we are getting the second tui ya pili, we'll have to use slightly warm water. That's the first tui ya kwanza. If it were enough for my sauce, then I would leave it at that. But because it's not enough, then I'll need to get tui ya pili. I said I'll use slightly warm water or hot water just to get all the oil, or most of the oil. And then this one, I'll just sieve it directly into the tomatoes and onions. This is what we'll do. Come on. And then this is also something to know. So coconut hukatika. I'm not so sure the English word for that, but it separates, for lack of a better word, the water separates from the coconut itself. So to avoid that, when you pour it in your tomato, make sure you stir immediately so that it mixes completely. It's like porridge. If you don't stir enough, then your porridge won't shikana ikue uji complete. So once you get your first tui boiling, you add tui ya kwanza and stir again, because if you don't, bado itakatika. This stew is just like any other stew, meaning we have to let it cook first before we can put our already cooked omena. Notice this foam. To confirm that it's cooked, this foam has to disappear. Alternatively, it has to change color and not be too light or too white. It has to be a bit darker, almost the same color as the stew. So we'll just let it cook a while until it almost disappears or changes color. Then we can put our omena, and in about a minute or so it will be ready to serve. Then we are going to put our omena. Just make sure omena yote imechanganyika na supu. Let it cook for a minute and the omena is ready to serve. I'm going to use this capsicum just for the color, to get a little green in our omena. Slice it to tiny pieces. Then we'll put off our fire at this point. Our omena is ready. Next is to serve. It just looks yummy and it smells even yummier. Super yummy, 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 yummy. Any day, anytime, try this omena and you will actually wonder why you have not been eating omena as your almost daily delicacy. It's rich, it's crunchy, and it has a very lovely coconut flavor. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Rinschef in Rin's Kitchen. Don't forget to like, please share, subscribe. Till next time for the next interesting video. Bye bye.